now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
That's adorable. You're such a proud dad. Good for you. So this is really possibly in position. I'd like you to consider becoming the AP's treasurer. The treasurer is a former student and is having from a prison in his. So I want you to show this concern. Literally, all you be responsible for doing is if you have cash, all the cash, or if you have committed to Venmo money. I get that from a BAP at the I control. I would just let you know from the email you accepted, and we just keep track of that. Be able to do this? Sure. You are the new treasurer of my learning. Thank you.
Welcome, Laura.
You guys could just let me know whenever you're ready.
So Michael, as you know, I told you we have, you'll have to ask when the meeting starts because we're not controlling the meeting and I can't tell how many people are on remotely.
Oh, gotcha. Maybe it's helping my view.
Hello.
Hey, Paula.
Hey, I'm so sorry.
No, just your thoughts. Perfect.
Hello.
Got everything else going.
Okay, perfect. I went to FDU, but I went to FDU in Rutherford,
Oh, okay. The campus that is no more.
the campus that is no more, and I graduated in 1990.
Oh,
So even if I went to TNEC for a couple of classes.
okay, okay. Well, let me introduce myself. My name's Deirdre Collier, and I was Michael's professor for how many semesters?
That's two.
Two at least.
Yeah, list of.
Paula Vuksic.
Nice to meet you, Paula.
Nice to meet you.
And we should have more people showing up here, but we also have people online. And were you able to see how many?
About seven different people joined the meeting, but.
And then there's people in, Damien has more than one person with him too, because that's the Metro campus.
Mhm.
So what we do is we have the two physical locations, and then we have students who can't show up who are virtual.
Perfect.
Okay.
So should we wait a minute or what do you?
It's up to you. Is it 4:30?
4:32.
I'm ready whenever you guys are.
You could probably begin. I think, I'm not gonna say someone isn't gonna come in late, but I can't guarantee either way.
Paul, whenever you're ready.
Okay, so, thank you. I am Paula Vuksic. I am a partner in Citrin Cooperman. I'm in the tax department. I've been with Citrin Cooperman technically 35 years now because as an intern, I interned at this small firm. And then 10 years, I stayed with them. I just never left. And they didn't even offer me a job. It was kind of funny, but they just like, okay, I just stayed. And 10 years later, we merged into Citrin and rose up through the ranks. And it's been, just watching the growth has been just phenomenal. It's been interesting and love working with the people there.
Yeah, to introduce myself, my name is Michael Gartner. As Professor Collier kind of alluded to before, I was once FDU student in your shoes. Been with Citrin Cooperman for going on 3 years now. I'm a senior in our audit practice, primarily working in our real estate and our financial services industry groups.
Yeah.
So Citrin Cooperman in general, focus on what counts as our slogan. Definitely is coming to be a much more true as we continue to grow.
Yeah.
So are you located in Rockefeller Center?
Well, Yeah, we have an office in Rockefeller Center, and I'm located in the Florham Park, New Jersey office. But, oh, yeah, literally right across the
Yeah, right
street.
across
That's
the
why I
street.
only gave myself like 10 minutes, but it took me a little bit longer to go around. But I go into New York enough that they're gonna get me a badge finally, so I could swipe in and swipe out. And we also have offices in Voorhees in New Jersey, and there's 26 other offices across the United States. Yeah,
Yeah. All right, so kind of what we're gonna be talking about today, our introduction, we kind of already touched on, and then we got a firm overview for you guys, some of our firm-wide initiatives, we're gonna be touching on. Kind of, we'll be talking about how Citrin Cooperman differentiates themselves in the public accounting space, as well as some benefits of internships, some alternative career paths for CPAs, as well as some IT and operations day one.
okay. Yeah, I don't know how to do this anymore.
That's fine, I'll try. All right, so
Okay.
introductions.
Yes, we focus on what counts to positively impact the lives of our people, clients, and communities. From Citrin Cooperman Accounting Today, we are currently ranked number 17. Okay. Oh, look at that. Okay. We are the premier strategic advisor for private middle market businesses and high net worth individuals. That is my space right now. I currently work mostly in the private client group where it's just high net worth individuals, trusts and estates, and private foundations. On the tax side, again, it's really nice because we have support all across the firm. If I need something else, I needed a test engagement, so, reach out to our audit staff. Go ahead.
Yeah, so at Citrin Cooperman, we have kind of like 5 pillars that drive what we do. The first being culture and talent. We aim to just build and develop a team of exceptional people within a high performing, inclusive, and collaborative environment. We primarily do this through our internship programs. Paula and I are probably great examples of that. 2 interns that have just never left. You'll see that very often at Citrin Cooperman. A lot of our interns are some of our leaders in our firm today.
Yeah. Outstanding client service. We act as strategic advisors, provide high impact services that help our clients achieve their most ambitious goals. Go ahead, we'll take one at a time.
That's fine. Professional excellence. We provide high quality, efficient, and technically proficient services throughout all of our offerings. At Citrin Cooperman, we offer a wide variety of services. We're not a typical like mom and pop shop where we're only doing tax work or audit work. We really, the bulk of our revenue comes from our tax practices, as well as what we refer to as a business solutions practice, where essentially our clients will be kind of outsourcing their back office operations to our team. And then outside of that, we also perform assurance services, audit services, kind of the whole kit and caboodle as far as it goes with accounting services.
Yeah, and even within that, like today we had a seminar based on the new tax act, talking specifically about the international provisions and the state and local provisions. So within our tax group, we have a national tax office that handles state and local and international, and then there's other mergers and acquisitions. There's other specialties within tax. So when I came on board, I was very much a generalist, but now we've kind of tried to kind of narrow the focus, which makes it, more depth, and knowledge. Our growth, we achieve strong organic growth, investing in high growth, recurring services, and make meaningful strategic acquisitions to expand capabilities and profitability. Trying to leverage using other partners to offer more services to our clients. Like right now it's digital services too, not digital, but like I forgot what it's called. There's a lot of back office services as well.
In terms of innovation, we lead the industry forward with innovative solutions fueled by the power and transformations of our business through technology. We are always going through ongoing kind of changes to our processes in terms of including and implementing different software such as like AI and the like to make our lives and our jobs much more efficient in terms of what we are accomplishing.
Right, and try and like automating routine kind of procedures so that it gives people more ability to do things that are more challenging. Okay, our values. Commitment, committed to our principles, we look for ways to grow. I'll just do this one.
Go for it.
Accountability, we take ownership in all that we do, we champion our firm policies and procedures. Teamwork, we work as one team and one firm. I work with our staff. Like I have another partner that I work with a lot in Georgia, and a tax manager in Springfield, Missouri, and another director that's in Chicago. And also we have a team in India. So it's all across the board.
And to piggyback off that, even beneath the partner level, like in terms of my day-to-day, I'm constantly working with team members, whether it be based on our Philadelphia office, our Braintree office, or our Los Angeles office as well. So in terms of collaboration across our team, you will definitely see that at all levels throughout the firm.
Yeah. Common sense, we are thoughtful in our approach to serving our clients at the highest level, quality and collaborative internally to ensure we adhere to the highest professional standards. You know, if you see something that, you know, doesn't look right, we encourage people to speak up, you know. Leadership, everyone in the firm is a leader and a role model, leading by example. We look for opportunities, not obstacles, and we embrace a mentorship and teaching mentality. We strive to bring junior team members with us on our growth journey and provide them developmental opportunities as well. Personal respect and humility. We respect the unique differences amongst our people. We strive to find the value within each of our team members and bring that to the table. Everyone has a voice. And communication, we communicate clearly and often to foster a common understanding, mutual respect and appreciation for all points of view and reaching the optimal solution for our clients. And those are our values.
Our long history of growth. Paul, you want to talk about the beginnings back in the day, and then talking about a little bit about our private equity ownership?
Yeah, so we founded in 1979. Two partners had The Who and another band, and that was all they started with. And that went from 1979 to about 2000. And 2000 was when I joined the firm as well. There was 80 people in the firm, one office in Midtown Manhattan, and now we have more than 4,000 people. I think 400 partners. And most of our growth is from acquisitions. They find firms that have a solid footprint and in an area. We just today acquired another firm in Chicago, I think, or somewhere, yeah. And then we expand on that footprint. So it's worked for us so far. And from 2000 till, I'm gonna say 2020, 2021, we entered into the private equity field where we partnered up with a private equity firm, New Mountain Capital, and like, was that 2020? I can't even remember. I think that was 22. Yeah, around there. We start, yeah.
21, 22.
21, 22, like that, right? And usually private equity firms keep you for or they keep the investment for like 3 years. Then they, try and increase the value and sell it, right? So that's what they did. Now Blackstone is invested in us along with two other major partners, not on the test side. That still is owned by all the CPAs because you need independence for the audit work. But our consulting and our tax side is owned, a majority part by private equity now. And so that's also been a benefit passing down to all the staff too, because they were awarded P units too when we had the last.
Sorry.
When we had the last acquisition. Okay, and we're now, when we when we just had the transaction at the beginning of this year, we were valued at 900 million. We're trying to reach 1 billion. And that's the goal for Blackstone now, to get us to 1 billion.
Billion by year end, yep.
Yeah. And we are dedicated to offering clients an objective viewpoint, insightful advice, and innovative solutions. It's nice because even though we are very large, our offices still have maybe 150 to 200 people in each office. So you get to know everyone that you're working with. It's not, a bunch of people, a lot of people. We do have hoteling now, which is it's been interesting. Yeah, because we still have a lot of people that work remotely
Can you explain to everyone what hotel means?
Oh, sure. So like typically back in the day, you go to the office, you have your assigned desk that you go to every single day. So you might fill it up with like some of like, you might design your desk or your cube, however you may see fit. But after COVID, a lot of firms were trying to get people to come back into the office, and they were trying to leverage essentially remote work while also coming back into the office. And what that resulted in is a lot of firms downsizing the size of their offices. So in order to make that work for everyone, rather than having an assigned desk, you would essentially sign up for your desk for the day through like an app or maybe an online portal, and then that's where you would sit for the day. And then at the end of the day, that desk may become somebody else's.
Yeah, even partners, and they gave partners internal offices too now, which some people were not happy about, but it gets a lot more light into the office. It's nice. So yeah, even today I walked in at 2:30 and I couldn't find an office, so I just had to work. I found somewhere to work, but it's fine. The benefits outweigh that, I think, because having that flexibility, I think, is just, it's just good. And yeah, I think that another thing that we try and do, like today, I was just helping a client with his payroll because I noticed like when we did his tax return last year, they were still coding his W-2 as New York as well as Connecticut. I said, say they got something messed up. So sometimes it's, you try and help them fix something proactively. So this was for 2025, just, he noticed now that they were still withholding family leave from his, as if he was a New York resident. So it's like, sometimes, you just pick up the phone and just say, hey, this is a little thing that you should fix, or how to do planning. Like we're now reaching out to all of our clients about the new tax act. Like, how does it impact you? What do you do? How can we save taxes?
Yep. So our firm structure, we kind of touched on this a little bit, but in terms of our geography, we initially were a Northeast firm based out of New York City, but over the course of the last, I would say 5 to 10 years especially, we now have a national-wide footprint. We have large offices in states ranging from Florida, which primarily is like our real estate practice. Out in California, we have a Los Angeles office, primarily working in the entertainment industry. We have our headquarters office up in New York City at 50 Rock. We have our office in Livingston, in Florham Park, New Jersey. I gotta work on that. We got our office in Florham Park, New Jersey, that we just opened within the last year. Used to be in Livingston, and we also have a plethora of offices within the Virginia, Maryland area as well.
Why is Ohio like with?
Good question.
Ohio is a light green. It might be an old slide. I don't know.
I just thought there was something special about Ohio.
Our firm last year in Ohio. That might be why it was green. But no, I'm curious.
Yeah.
But Ohio murder was last year, I'm pretty sure. All right, well, regardless.
Oh, I think,
For our high net worth individuals.
or the, maybe life sciences or another one. I don't know. What are the high net worth individuals? No, you know what? That's a good question. Our footprint. Yeah, I couldn't tell you, because that doesn't look, I think that. Oh, maybe. Hmm, I don't know. I can find out. If anybody want. Yeah, if anybody, is going to Ohio. Uh,
Yeah, so across all of our geographies, we service all of our clients across all of our service lines. It's not like our Los Angeles office only does taxes. They are a full service, they're a full service firm. Kind of like what we were discussing before, we are a full service firm in that we're not just doing taxes and audits, we're doing tax work, we're doing advisory work, we're doing our assurance work. Kind of what Paul was talking about before, anytime that one of our clients needs anything, no matter how niche it may be, there's always someone within our firm that has the expertise in order to service the clients. In terms of our service, in terms of our industries though, which is something that we are definitely getting more involved with as we are continuing to grow the firm. We service a wide variety of industries, kind of what we talked about before, the high net worth individuals and our real estate practices being some of our largest. In addition to that, some of our professional services firms, some of our professional services clients, entertainment, where Citrin Cooperman's roots sit, as well as restaurants and hospitalities and not-for-profit makes up the largest mix of our clients.
yeah, and again, within that, we have a group in Los Angeles that does like a lot of royalty audits, or we have a group in our New York City office that does a lot of tax credits, because when they come in, film crew, or when they're, filming a movie, there's incentives, there's tax incentives. So we have some dedicated people that are just really knowledgeable about that area. And then some of these work hand in hand too, like our trust and estate group works hand in hand with our business valuations group. And not everybody is only a CPA. We have, in our trust and estate group, we have more lawyers now than we have CPAs, because it's just that, I mean, the tax code is mostly, it's almost like law, right? Or, when you're trying to cite something, or when you're trying to, come up with a plan, it's, you read the code, you read the regs, then you start, building down to, procedures and then tax court cases. So it kind of lends itself also for the attorneys, in that group. But it's funny because, in that group now, we have more attorneys than CPAs. And then, and some of these groups also, it's not necessarily accounting. And we also have back office accounting work, and yeah, it's the amount of possibilities, it's just been so exciting.
So we focus on what matters to our people. Our people strategy is grounded in a commitment to deliver a people-first experience, to come together as one firm and to build an infrastructure that supports the growth and development of our most valuable asset, our people. In terms of what Citrin Cooperman focuses on to retain the talent that they have, cash compensation definitely being the driving factor there, as well as the equity incentive that Paula kind of discussed before with the P units. Kind of how the P units function is, anytime there's a sale of Citrin Cooperman by our private equity firm, upon the realization of that sale, we have essentially like these equity derivatives that everyone within the firm, whether you be sitting in New Jersey as a staff or out in California as a director, you're allocated these P units, and then at a point in time when the sale is made, essentially you are paid out for your equity portion of that of the P units that you're allocated, essentially. In addition to our equity incentive, there's a lot of flexibility when it comes to working at Citrin Cooperman. We have a 2-day in-office policy, but in terms of flexibility, for the most part, as long as you get your work done, people don't really care where you work from. In terms of PTO, I believe we have 22 days off a year.
22 days.
Which is about the industry standard. In terms of education, Citrin Cooperman does a great job of facilitating your continuing professional education credits, especially for CPAs. That's definitely a driving force for something that Citrin Cooperman does phenomenally. We have about maybe call it what, like a training every month or so.
Mhm.
Yeah, that works out so that by the end of the year, so long as you go to the trainings that you're assigned to, you've already met your you're already met your CPE credits for your CPA certification.
Well, yeah, I want to clarify, even if you're not a CPA, we require everybody because to have 40 credits a year of continuing professional education to keep on top. So even the young staff that haven't, you know, gone through the process, and we do have some senior people that chose never to take the CPA exam, they're now becoming enrolled agents so that they can sign tax returns. So we make pathways possible for, for anyone, that's willing to put in, the time, effort to, work, we try and make it. But 40 hours a year is mandated by the firm also, and that's generally what the AICPA and the state societies require. So we handle that. We also pay for a Becker class, right?
Yep.
To take the CPA exam, and also there's compensation for becoming a CPA. They'll give a bonus. So there's like lots of little perks within the firm.
Yeah, outside of education, I mean, moving on to family, Citrin Cooperman does a great job in terms of providing leave to mothers or fathers. Paula might be able to speak to the specifics of maternity leave or paternity leave, but it is definitely evidence that Citrin Cooperman provides a generous paternity and maternity leave policy just based off of the amount of people in my department that are currently out on maternity leave, paternity leave. Do you know any of the specifics there? I think it's like a 1 month thing.
It's like a 1 month thing, even for fathers too, it's a 1 month, and then I forgot what it is for the mothers. And also there's a portion that's compensated also, depending on how many years you've been with the firm. And it's gotten a lot better because I have to say, when I gave birth, I actually, like a weekend, I had to go to the office with my child on my lap and I'm working. And so we don't do that anymore. We don't, we encourage, if you're on leave, you're on leave, and, we reassign your work somehow. The work will always get done. But yeah, and you can stack, they also have a sabbatical program when you've been here
7 years.
7 years, where you can take off a month, and the only requirement is you have to come back with 2 essays, like a personal essay and like a business improvement essay, like things that you would improve upon the firm. So they've they've taken some of those suggestions and used them, to make improvements. But
yeah, and diversity and inclusion. Citrin Cooperman has a program called CC Edge, where a lot of our diversity and inclusion, we'll say, missions or programs are kind of facilitated. Is a group, I believe it's a group of people that meets on like maybe a quarterly or monthly basis. I'm not sure in terms of the timing of all that, but they drive different events and different
awareness.
Yeah.
Like we try and, I think we did something, we actually sponsored a table, and during Pride Month in Brooklyn, we were somewhere. We celebrate Diwali, we celebrate, other heritage months, we celebrate International Women's Day, just anything not anything, but just, to bring some awareness to other cultures and, help make a more inclusive environment.
And yeah, in terms of friends and focusing on what counts, Citrin Cooperman has definitely added some friends to my life. A lot of the people that I go out with and hang out with now in my free time are some of my coworkers. A lot of my coworkers I play golf with on the weekends. It kind of started as an impromptu happy hour during busy season that our partners were very, very happy with us about. That turned into now us going out and golfing on weekends, I've invited a few of my coworkers to my wedding. It's just, I can't speak enough in terms of the friendships that Citrin Cooperman has brought me. Yeah,
and I have to laugh because I didn't realize that, I guess because I'm a partner, they didn't invite me. There was an after party after the holiday party. And then somebody felt sorry for me, and he's like, okay, I'll let you know where it is.
in terms of community giving, we're always trying to give back to the community. We have an ongoing, do you know the ongoing event that we're doing? We're raising for the
Right.
community packages?
Yeah, right now we are collecting, kind of like, small packages to go bag for people in shelters, like a to go bag where it's like a first aid kit, hand wipes, like, I forgot, chapstick, a couple of things like, that you would just need, and we're gonna, right, we have this drive going on in the office. Usually we also have annual backpack drive, we do a food drive, and we do a holiday toy drive for, I think it's in Patterson, one of the local, community outreach centers. So,
Is it Think Big for Kids?
oh, and we also do, no, Think Big for Kids.
Oh, that's the event where the kids come in, right?
Well, the kids, yeah, the kids came in. We had some kids from the Boys and Girls Club come in. And they kind of shadowed us, and we did some, talking about, your first job, and they were mostly they were from 8th grade to high school students. Paperwork, and I forgot, and then also like networking and how to talk to people, and, we did different, like, and we took them around the office, but that also, we've gone to the Boys and Girls Club, and we talk about Citrin like this also, to kind of, just bring awareness to potential job opportunities. Because again, like we said, like, it's not only tax and audit anymore, like, within an accounting firm, and you also within an accounting firm, I mean, the marketing department is huge, our IT department is huge, like, we've got, I think the marketing now is like a $5 million budget. Like, it's, just insane how it's gone from, one person to a department again too, so.
Yeah, then moving on to the leadership development, Citrin Cooperman does a fantastic job of developing people that they have identified as leaders. A prime example of this being a program that we started in New Jersey amongst members of our team that are managers and below that have shown some sort of interest or some sort of maybe an expertise, for lack of a better word, in business development. We came together and we named this club the Rainmakers Club. And essentially what we do is we try to meet with other like peer groups within like our industry and our space. So a prime example being that a group of us from Citrin Cooperman met up with a group from Valley National Bank recently, and we hosted our own networking event. The goal of the networking event, not really to be driving up business, but really to just be a kind of like a playground for learning and developing your networking skills. So Citrin Cooperman does a great job in terms of developing its leaders and kind of pointing out the people that they view as leaders early on, and kind of give them the best keys they really can to be successful.
Yeah, and it's very different. I mean, when I started in accounting, I thought I was just gonna sit behind a desk and that was it. And yeah, you need to get out there, you need to know people and meet people, and it's just promote yourselves and the firm,
Yeah.
And again, CC Inspire is also kind of related to CC Edge, where it's more wellness, health and wellness. They do like meditation breaks during tax season. During COVID, we had, they sent essential oils to the house. It was, and then did like a little like seminar on how to mix them. And it was very nice, like some of the things that Inspire comes up with. But that's more on the health and wellness side.
Yep. And then in terms of career pathways, kind of like what we were talking about earlier, Citrin Cooperman has a wide variety of services that they offer to a wide variety of clients within a wide variety of industries. So in terms of you setting out to essentially anchor yourself into a specific career path, Citrin Cooperman goes above and beyond in terms of allowing you to kind of pave the way that you would like to in your career. A perfect example being myself, when I was a staff, I was kind of like a firefighter. Anytime anyone would have like a big issue that I had to work on that they had going on, they for some reason gave it to me. And then that allowed me the opportunity to get a wide variety of experiences in a wide variety of industries. And when it came time for my year-end review, I told I told the partner that runs our A&A practice that I really enjoyed the experience that I got working in our real estate group and our financial services group, primarily around our hedge fund practice. And ever since then, that's been the bulk of my work, and really like my primary focus has been on those two areas.
Yeah, and I just, again, they give you leeway in trying to grow your path, but sometimes it just happened for me, like I just evolved into this group, which is fine, I like it now. Because some of these things, are just, I'll lose more hair. Okay. And we do have a deep commitment to diversity and inclusion. Like I said, we are equal opportunity. We provide equal opportunity and fairness, a safe, respectful workplace, and work-life flexibility. Again, some of the things we had touched on before, let me start with, we do have Citrin Cooperman empowering diversity and gender equality, which is our CC Edge. We strive to establish within Citrin Cooperman a culture that enables each individual to create within the business framework of the firm the career they want based on a safe, respectful, and inclusive workplace that provides for equal opportunity, fairness, and work-life flexibility. The culture change will be achieved by helping individuals develop success in market-facing skills and by infusing an attitude of equality and diversity through firm awareness and outreach activities. And so this is kind of like embedded within the firm, and we just recently hired somebody. It was done informally for a long time, just by a group of people that wanted just to be involved, but now we finally hired someone who is our DEI head, and so she's running this section now. And again, some of the things we do International Women's Day campaign, Edge Talks. We're putting a seminar together for college planning. We did one for cybersecurity and also safety for children online. We have a newsletter. We have unconscious bias training. We have the diversity celebrations like the Diwali, the global community outreach, and the holiday celebrations. Okay.
So what really sets us apart of the things that Citrin Cooperman loves to emphasize is first being our competitive compensation and benefits package. Citrin Cooperman is a leader in terms of compensation within its field. Its benefits package is very generous. I think we've touched on a bunch of the benefits that Citrin Cooperman offers. So I don't want to keep rehashing old news, but as discussed below, very generous PTO policy, very generous paid holiday, early closures. We actually have a what we call it initiative summer Fridays. We have a policy set in place where throughout the summer months, and as well as some of
Some of the winter months.
some of the winter months, some of the summer months outside of tax busy season, the firm requires us to work 37 and a half hours a week, and by way of that, we are essentially only required to work until about 2 p.m. on Fridays. So a lot of people like to front load their week, and then that way the back end of their week is kind of whatever they would like it to be.
Yeah, and a couple of years ago, we started that in the winter too, because people were slow after October 15th.
Mhm.
So until I think December 15th, maybe, or the end of December, we'll do that on Fridays as well.
Yeah, flexible work schedules in office, remote, kind of coincides back with our conversation about the hoteling policy we have. Like I said before, we're required to be 2 days in the office, 3 days remote. That's kind of what our firm requires of us. Dress for your day. Obviously, this is how I dress for my day. Came straight from the office. Nothing too crazy. No button downs. No nothing. Dress for your day for the most part. If you're going out to a client, obviously you wouldn't be dressed like this. You'd be dressed in like a button down and some slacks, kind of dressing for the client that you'd be going to see. Otherwise, Citrin Cooperman is very lenient in terms of their dress policies. Like obviously work appropriate clothing, but you follow along through our office. Everyone's wearing jeans, polos, hey dude shoes. Like it's very casual.
Yeah, as long as, we trust you to be professionals, right? Because that's what it comes down. If you know you're gonna have a client meeting or you're gonna meet, the IRS or I have to say, going to the IRS now, they're all in jeans and it's just, I wore suits like the first 10 years of my life and, only suits. And so it's just such a welcome change.
We do a lot of events and parties at Citrin Cooperman. We always have our post-busy season party in the spring. We have our post-tax busy season party in the fall. We do a lot of happy hours, whether they be in office, out of the office. Sometimes we'll collaborate with other firms, kind of like what we did with the Valley National Bank happy hour. Halloween party, we have a Halloween party in our office, holiday party. They like to do kind of themed lunches, themed get-togethers within the office, and and not even outside of just the regular holidays. There's always some sort of event going on in the office, whether it be specifically to celebrate a holiday or just kind of like a get-together. Like the other day, we had a coloring book event that was going on in our office. So they always like to get people out of their cubes, up and moving.
We actually also have a pool table.
Oh yeah, really?
And a foosball little table for a little break if people, want to take a break.
Yeah.
But
Team building events kind of coincide with those events and parties. Outside of the team building events, the events and parties, a lot of our individual teams will kind of get together and do some ad hoc get-togethers. A perfect example of this, my real estate team that I work with is a team of 4 people, and we play golf together every other week. So that's just something that we like to do in order to kind of build rapport with our team. In addition to that, volunteer days. All volunteer days are.
yeah, we did this more before COVID, honestly. So the first Monday in June, the whole firm would basically shut down and we would be sent to go volunteer. Like I used to volunteer at Eva's Village in Patterson, where we would put together lunches for the homeless or hungry. They come into Eva's Village and we fed like between 250 to 350 people, something like that. Or some people would go, they would do like, what is it, where they would Habitat for Humanity, help build houses, or, oh, I cleaned an animal shelter one time. Like we helped in Montclair, like the cat room just had to be completely broken down and like just washed completely. So we did a day of service, which that became more difficult to do. That after, because of the growth of the firm too, and also with COVID, they weren't letting people just volunteer anymore. So that kind of dropped. But we actually encourage a lot of people to, volunteer on not-for-profit boards. Do volunteer work. I'm on like 2 other not-for-profit boards. And also, just other kinds of volunteer work. It's kind of, just giving back to the community.
Yeah, so our ice cream socials, pizza parties, office lunches and the like, very much coincide with both our holiday parties as well as busy season. Throughout busy season, our policy is 1 day a week we'll get lunch catered, another day a week we'll get a breakfast catered, and it kind of alternates the days every week, so that at least 1 day a week your lunch is paid for, your breakfast is paid for. In addition to that, we do at least back at the Livingston office, we used to do an ice cream truck. First day of the summer, we'd have an ice cream truck come to the office. We didn't do it last year because our office is under construction. So fingers crossed we get that back for this year. But in terms of other events that go on throughout our office, we have snacks are put out like every single day. Smoothies, we'll have events for smoothies, milkshakes, and the like throughout the year. And yeah, in terms of our sports teams, we like to do a lot of, being that like a lot of our coworkers are on the younger side, we like to get out and be active. So this year we had a softball team this year, as well as in the past we've had teams that have played like dodgeball, 5-on-5 basketball. I believe we had a flag football team one year. I know we had a fast pitch and a slow pitch softball team back in the day. So yeah, our firm, and especially our office, likes to get together and likes to do like sporting events outside of the office.
Yeah, we used to have in our old office, we had a spin center in the basement. So for $5 during lunch, you could do a spin class. And so a whole bunch of us used to do that. So it's fun, but we do work. I mean, actually, we do actually have to do some client work in billable time, but we try and have fun also.
Yeah. Like we said before, the firm offers a discounted Becker CPA review course that's available to help anyone study when they're trying to study for the CPA exam. There's also a bonus for passing the CPA exam that you get once you complete your final exam. You don't have to wait until you get certified. You get that once you have all credits for all 4 of the exams. And also we have employee resource groups that really cover a wide variety of topics that kind of come up organically. You might want to speak.
Yeah, that again is a subdivision of the Edge group. So we now have one for mothers. We have one for the LGBTQ community. We have one for veterans. We have one for I think they tried to do one specifically for women. But yeah, so, if there comes a need, like we had a few veterans and they said, we want this group. And so we said, okay, you could put this together and run and then see if there's, any support that you could give to other people.
Yeah.
So basically, if you come up with an idea, we can run with it. Okay, the benefits of a career in accounting. So accounting majors, basically the traditional audit, tax, financial analyst, internal auditor, bookkeeper, more like back office CFO. And this is using your general knowledge of business and finance, as well as math and analytical skills. I'm going to throw in, you probably need more AI skills nowadays and more, computer and that whatnot. And then within account or outside of accounting, you can bridge into public accounting, which is what we're considered. We provide accounting services to other firms. We provide accounting expertise, auditing and tax service. So audit career, like Michael, he's, come in and verify financial statements. And they do a test, they do work to, I don't know exactly, like, you want to explain a little bit like what your day looks like?
Yeah, as a senior auditor, we're kind of, our approach is kind of being a extension of our client's back office. We never want to walk into a client's site and have them think we're like the IRS or like we're the police knocking down their door. We like to let the clients know that we may find mistakes or we may find errors within like the work papers, but it's not a life or death situation. It's just something that we would like to help them with their own books and records. So essentially, kind of what an audit would look like is essentially you would be engaged by the client, and you would be essentially going through the client's. You would determine essentially based off a calculation, you determine which accounts you would want to essentially reconcile or find support for. So from there, you'd work with the client and their back office team to kind of figure out how they got to their numbers in terms of what they're reporting. You'd be looking at any supporting documents, whether it be like a legal document such as like an operating agreement or anything down to the like of even just confirming cash directly with the bank themselves. You're kind of just looking to find support for the numbers in which that the client is reporting, so that we can essentially have some sort of comfort over the presentation and the numbers that are in the client's financial statements.
Yeah, and how's that changed with DAS now? Or like, how do you do testing? That's a deep question. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember you used to pick out like a couple of things, but now it's more computer generated, or is it?
It's a lot more computer generated now, and it's a lot more generated around the risks that are specifically associated with your client. So like, instead of like, an example would be a staffing audit that I was tasked with this year. So like your typical risks in your staffing audits are probably going to be revolving around accounts receivable and revenue, just based off those are kind of like your 2 largest streams. Being that, I'm not sure you guys know what a staffing company is. Essentially, a staffing company would be like someone who goes out and makes and essentially places people or hires people on behalf of another company. So for example, like if you owned Marriott as an example, rather than hiring your own employees to work the front desk at Marriott, you can call up one of my clients and say, hey, can you guys go, I'll pay you $1,500 to go find someone that will work the front desk. And they'll go out and pay someone $1,200 to go work the front desk, and then that $300 is what my client makes in the back end, as an example. So a lot of what they do is kind of based off of signed contracts that they have with the employees, number one, and then with the essentially Marriott as the example, like the other counterparty where the person's essentially going to be performing the work. So a lot of the work that they do is going to, or excuse me, a lot of the ins and outs in their accounts is going to be revenue for recognizing the revenue when essentially the employee works at Marriott as an example, as well as the accounts receivable that you'll be receiving from Marriott themselves. But so like a lot of those audits you would think would be pretty cookie cutter in terms of like staffing. How many different ways could you make a staffing company? How many different ways can I make a person work the front desk at a Marriott? There's only so many ways, but one of my clients, luckily for me, so to speak, this year, had a very large investment in digital currency. So a lot of our risks were outside of the normal ongoing day-to-day business of the staffing company. A lot of our focus this year was on risks associated with maybe testing the existence of the digital assets, maybe testing the valuation of those digital assets. This year is actually the first year that the new digital asset accounting standard update became effective, where back in the day, throughout the year, maybe if you owned Bitcoin, you owned it at $1,000 and it went to $1 throughout the year, you have to write your investment in Bitcoin down to the $1 valuation. But this year, as of year end, or effective for the period 2024 for audits that we did this year, we are now fair valuing all of these investments. So we need to figure out what our fair value is for these crypto assets as of year end. And that kind of became one of the driving forces in our audit, being that this is the first time we're going through it. These are risks at the business that are outside of normal business operations, as well as from our perspective, it's a brand new essentially line item on our financials. It's something that you don't really see very often. Therefore, there's not a lot of resources out there in terms of coming up with kind of guides in terms of the audit procedures to be performing. So that kind of became my job, where I was essentially tasked with coming up and creating a lot of our audit procedures for the digital currency that the company ended up owning. So that's kind of in a nutshell. Audit is like, we are extension of the back office of our clients. We don't want to come off as the IRS. We want to help our clients. We want to help our clients just report numbers that are essentially appropriate. And that's kind of what we do. We just want to verify the numbers that they're presenting have some sort of support for them. And we also want to make sure that they're presenting them in a manner which is compliant with US GAAP.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, and on tax careers, so I used to prepare the returns for a lot of these staffing companies. So I would wait for the audit to be done. Once the audit was done, I get the financials and the trial balances, and then, based on the tax law, make my adjustments to get to taxable income. And so on the business side, that's pretty much the cycle. The audit's done, and then it goes to the tax department to prep that. On the individual side, it's a lot more, it's messy because clients will send 1,000 pieces of paper in 55 emails. So it's just, it's painstaking to pull together information and you put it all together into the 1040. And so, yeah, and try and make sure that you're either picking up everything and making sure, deductions are correct. Also forensic accounting, we also have a forensic accounting group, which, you basically, they're called in for divorces, shareholder disputes, they go in, they kind of go through all the books and records and go through bank statements to see if, one partner's hiding money, or, one spouse is doing something but they shouldn't be doing. Internal auditor would be somebody like Michael, but on the inside of a company. you know, basically doing the same thing, but just, working for a firm versus other clients. Okay, in public accounting, I don't know, I think we're running very late. Yeah.
All right.
So we have, in public, you need the 150 hours, I believe still, and, you know, usually you want to pass the CAPA exam and have a year of experience. Again, sometimes CPA is not the right path, and we have enrolled agent path, and we have other, you know, ways to, you know, progress in your career. And public accounting really is, it's a long-term successful career, you know, you get diversity of clients and industries and exposure to engagements on multiple levels and a lot of other financial and business skills. Okay.
Yeah, so the public accounting firms, Big Four. I feel like you guys all know all about the Big Four, Deloitte being the largest, PwC, EY, and KPMG. Then we have a second tier of firms that are right below the Big Four, just both in terms of employees and revenues. For instance, BDO, RSM, Grant Thornton, kind of some big players in that area. And then you have the middle market firms, kind of which is where Citrin Cooperman kind of falls into place here. In terms of our middle market size, Citrin Cooperman earned about $870 million in revenue last year. We talked about this earlier, but our goal and our mission for this year is to reach $1 billion by the end of 2025. And typically, mid-sized firms offer a better work-life balance and more hands-on experience, broader industry exposure, and typically have a higher rate of pay.
Yeah, and I think the churn from the larger firms is real. They do really burn you out, but okay. So just to be successful, and this applies to other industries as well, you desire to serve clients and markets. You have problem solving, analytical and research skills, some business acumen. Again, sometimes clients call you for other things other than your tax return or your financial statement. Interpersonal and communication skills, very important, and leadership ability. Because even, you know, at every level, you have somebody under you that you are mentoring and leading, right? Organizational skills, and a commitment to learning and high ethical standards, very important, and continuous improvement. Oh,
All right, cool.
okay.
All right, so benefits of internships. Paul and I both were interns back at Citrin Cooperman, or the former prior to Citrin Cooperman before. But I felt that this is definitely true, that the internships help position a student who works in an organization to gain work experience or satisfy a requirement. Internships can be all year round opportunities or shorter periods, like 8 weeks long. Primarily at Citrin, we usually bring in busy season interns and then summer interns kind of in 2 different groups. It kind of gives you an opportunity to test drive your career. Maybe you want to see what audit's all about, and then maybe you take an audit internship and you're not too thrilled about the audit life. Next internship, you can try out tax. Understanding the culture and environment of a firm before joining full time. I think we do a great job of this at Citrin Cooperman in terms of giving the interns the true and honest experience of working at Citrin Cooperman full time. You get to gain practical experience versus theoretical. You get to take what you're learning in school and apply it to a real life situation. There's a plethora of learning opportunities and networking opportunities, especially as an intern. You're going to be working with a wide variety of people, especially within the firm itself. You get to gain some places you can gain college credit. Most of our internships are paid. I believe all of our internships are paid.
Internships are paid, yeah. And also I've seen that where they get a college credit. I'm not sure if FDU does that.
We do that.
You do, okay.
And you also have, a part of the program for, I don't know if the firm participates in giving college credit for work at the office. Now Jersey allows you to get.
I think we do that. Yeah, I think we had an intern that did that.
We call it here the co-op program.
I think
Okay.
we did that, yeah.
Yeah, I think we did that for an intern we had over the summer. It helps you build your resume, letters of recommendation. Definitely is something that would be great to have on a resume as you're graduating college as an accounting major or being an accounting internship. It allows you to get a head start to apply on full-time opportunities, and fun events are also included. I think we do a fantastic job with the fun events for the interns, so,
Yes, we do. They come to the party too.
yeah.
Okay. So we have Future Leaders Program. That's for freshmen and sophomores. It's a one-day program to explore Citrin Cooperman and gain industry knowledge. Interns, winter and summer internships and audit, tax and advisory. That's best for juniors and seniors. And entry-level staff, it's a November start date for all entry-level staff. So I think, once you graduate, then it's, you have the summer off and then you come in November.
Yeah, it's a great time to study for the CPA exam. That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
All right, questions and answers. Any you guys have any questions for us? Anyone in Metro have any questions for us as well?
I don't know if we can see if they have any questions.
You will have to stop sharing.
Oh, perfect.
Any questions here?
Well, if people are interested, how do they research your internships? Is Pat Wire to contact or?
Let's see, the contact is, I think it's on after,
Is it on this?
on the next,
Oh,
okay.
perfect. What is up?
We will. It's Josie Till and Sarah Sethi, and I'll give you their emails. So that-
We'll distribute it, okay.
Yeah, and if anybody brought a resume or wanted to leave anything, or if you want to take, I think we have some pamphlets here.
Oh, we got a bunch of stuff in here. We got some pamphlets, we got some bags. You guys want some? I believe we have some pens. What else we got here? We got some mints. We got some hand sanitizer. You got it all here, sister.
And Damien's trying to keep off, but.
Yeah, he's actually nice.
We have
How
a
about go back
question
to-
on the Metro
How
campus.
do I go back to, can you see them on here or no?
Yeah, what's up?
And can you unmute Damien or?
I think Damien has to unmute himself. but-
He's unmuted.
Yeah,
Here.
can anybody hear me?
Damien. Ooh, that's an echo.
Hello, can anybody hear me? No, bro.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Is there a speaker over here?
They might have their volume down.
Yeah.
I just heard you.
Yeah, I can hear that.
You hear me, right? It's echoing though.
I think you're going down, there's two speakers, we have the meeting and we don't need your computer on anymore.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Perfect.
shut that.
And that should stop the echo. As you can see, there you are on the monitor 107. If you turn around, you're on, there you are,
Okay.
on the lower left.
Okay. Can you try again?
Can you hear me now?
You can't hear you, Damien.
Oh my god. All
Why
right,
don't you
hold
just text her his question?
on. Nah. But they were able to hear me before. You still can't hear me?
I think their volume is wrong now.
You,
I'm gonna join the Zoom from my phone and see if I can hear it on my phone.
Audio should be on because, they could hear. That was why we had the feedback before, because we had, this one was on.
Hello.
You're cool.
The audio's on. Who's calling? If it's me. It's staying in the phone. Hi, Damien.
Hi,
That works too.
is your volume up, like on the Zoom card?
As far as I can see, our volume is almost up all the way. Yeah,
You guys can't hear me at all.
we can't hear you at all, at all. So if you want to, I'll put you on speaker and you can speak through my phone.
Right here, you still can't hear me right now.
Can anyone hear him? Damien, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Speak.
Can you hear me?
This is not working. Damien,
Yeah,
I have you on speaker now,
okay. Well, can everybody?
but no speaker through the phone. You have to talk through the phone.
Oh,
There we go.
Oh, but we have the.
We have the feedback.
So that I can bring it up here.
Okay, that's working.
Alright, I'm gonna have to pay this stuff. Alright, well, I can't hear any audio on my end, but I will speak from here. We do have one question on the Metro campus from Alejandro, so I guess I'm gonna pass him the phone so he can ask the questions.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask if Josie Till was gonna be at the career fair at the Metro campus this year. Cause I know she was at the Florham campus last year, and I actually went to Citrin Cooperman this summer. So I was just wondering if we were gonna be able to follow up from how that was.
We could,
The October Metro is what he's talking about.
yeah, I don't know, but we can double check. I can find that out.
Okay, well, we'll have that. And are you involved in next week's presentation at Florham with some firms?
That is another one of my partners.
Okay.
Yeah, I think bag off will be there.
Oh, no.
Okay,
Yeah, we're trying to, we have a few alum from FDU, so we're spreading it around.
okay. So I'm not sure if Metro people are going to be able to come. I know Florham, we have an event next Tuesday that I will be discussing more about, that everyone will be, and it's sort of informal event. Okay, I think I'm going to have to call IT and get them here for our next meeting because something is not working right.
Yeah, I honestly don't know why you guys can't hear me. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not sure.
I was talking to you at the beginning. I don't know what's going on now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I was gonna close the meeting, I was gonna thank Paula for coming to speak to us, but I don't know if they can hear me.
I can hear you now
We
through
hear
the
you
phone.
now through the phone.
Okay, thank you guys, that was a beautiful presentation, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I hope you got some
And
information.
I hope you don't mind, we're going to have it recorded and posted online, so we have some, members who can't come physically, so they have to view it and then give us a summary of it.
No. We appreciate the opportunity to come and, share our, firm. But thank you. Any other questions?
Any other questions, guys? No, no. All right, yeah, I think we're good.
Okay,
All right.
thank you very
For
much.
letting us come and present.
Yeah, I'm sorry that,
But like, I still need to screen share this, so.
we had trouble with the IT.
It's,
Sorry,
you
it's
know
up to you,
what,
IT.
that always happens.
That
So,
always happens.
All right, go boys.
have some hand sanitizers. Do you want to keep some for others or?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know what, I am going to, I teach
Oh, yes, do I need it all?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I can't.
on Friday, so I will give as prizes on
Yeah,
Friday
you're right.
for some correct answers.
Here, take 1, 2, 3.
Take some of these. Okay, I have prizes to give for students. You were in 6690,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Were you in 4261 also?
I had to have been.
You must
Had to have been.
be management. So that's what I'll think of on Friday, I'm giving us prizes for people who can directly.
No, she was the same recruit.
It's the same recruiter. That's a great group too. That's fully remote, but the leader is in our Florham Park office.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's Harper.
Sylvie. Oh,
Oh,
no.
Will I fall again? I'm scared of heights, yet it was